Alright, so these are the 4 easiest ways to get clients for your gym or fitness studio. Now, there are chapters in this video, so if you want to skip ahead, feel free. But I'm going to go through each strategy and then the pros and cons of each strategy. So let's start off with a DR campaign, or what's commonly known as a database reactivation campaign. Basically what this is it's targeting old leads that never converted. So these could be leads from a previous marketing campaign, these could be leads from your website, these could be people that maybe popped into your gym for a tour but never converted, people like that. And essentially you're going to target them with a bulk SMS or email campaign. By the way, just a bit of a tip, I always recommend SMS for marketing because I generally find it works a bit better. You're basically going to target them with an offer. It could be something like, hey, John, would love to get you back in the gym. I'm handing out a few 7-day free passes today. Are you interested in one? Could be something as simple as that. Now, the pros and cons of a strategy like this, it is very cheap, generally speaking. You're going to need to pay for the SMS or the emails that you're sending. But in order to see really large results, to drastically grow your gym, you need a pretty large lead list for these sorts of things, somewhere in between at least 1,000 on the minimum, but for massive results, something on the end of sort of 5,000 on the top end. All right, and the next strategy we're going to talk about is a paid ads campaign. Now, first of all, a very, big tip is you want to advertise on the platform where your target audience spends the most time. So if, for example, your target audience is people the age of 40 and over, I typically recommend Facebook and Instagram. But if your audience is younger than that, I would also recommend Instagram, but I'd also recommend things like LinkedIn if you target professionals, things like Snapchat or TikTok ads, anything like that where your targeted audience will basically be spending the most amount of time. Now, the key to a successful ad campaign is a really good offer. Like I said, it could be a 7-day free pass. If you're a PT gym, it could be 50% off your first session. If you're a classes gym, it could be buy 3 classes, get 1 free. Something like that, something of genuine value that will really pique the interest of basically the prospect. And if you are more interested in this, some more examples of good offers, how to actually run the ads, I did a more in-depth video on this. I'll leave a link in the description. But as for the pros and cons of a strategy like this, you can see massive results for it, but it does require expertise. I typically wouldn't recommend this to anyone that doesn't have experience with any form of advertising. And it also does require a bit of a budget, anywhere from sort of $500 a month on the low end to as much as $1,500 on the high end if you're a really big gym and want to attract lots of basically clients. But another pro is it does work for anyone, regardless of what type of gym you are, regardless who you target. It can and does work for every sort of gym and fitness studio out there. All right, and the next one we're going to talk about is friend referrals. Now, in terms of getting the word out and how you should actually let your current clients know that you've got a friend referral program, or at least a new one or updated one, is definitely from SMS reminders. They work far better than just leaving a poster in your gym or even just a sort of friendly email. I definitely think and have seen in my results that SMS works best. Now, in terms of what makes a really great friend referral program, generally speaking, it's one thing and one thing only, and that's that both parties, basically your client as well as the friend that they are referring, there needs to be incentive on both sides. If it's only, for example, the new client gets a free membership, but your current client doesn't benefit anything, it's not going to work as well, and vice versa as well. The simple logic behind this is, you've probably recommended things to your friends that they haven't done and vice versa as well, right? But when there's incentive on both sides, it basically gives both parties a reason to act upon it. Now, as for the pros and cons of a strategy like this, generally speaking, the clients that you do get from a strategy like this are high lifetime value clients. They'll generally purchase more of your upsells and they'll generally last longer as clients. But the con, obviously, is unless you have a massive gym or a really strong community in your gym, the results that you're going to see aren't going to be that big. And the final strategy we're going to talk about today is a native social media promotion. Now, it's important to note that in order for this sort of strategy to work, you do need a large following, sort of depending on the size of your basically gym and obviously the town or city that you're from. I would say anything from sort of 1,000 to 5,000 followers. And if you do need some more sort of tips on how to grow your follower count, I did a video on this. The link is in the description. But in terms of what you actually want to do with this strategy, how we've been talking about offers in the other strategies, same sort of thing. You want to promote an offer via your stories and posts. So, say it's a 7-day free pass, you know, put it on your story, make a post about it. But importantly, you also want to make this sort of the focus of all your digital marketing. So you want to maybe put it sort of underneath the captions of all of your posts that you do. Every story, you might want to have a link to it. You know, in your bio, you might want to have like a link to, you know, like your website sort of promoting this offer, whatever it might be. And as for the pros and cons of this, it's obviously free, which is always a great one. But it's if you don't have a large following, it is hard to grow one. I will say it's hard, it's not impossible. The key is it basically just requires discipline and consistency. That's really the secret. But if you did want my help further than these videos, first link in the description, full disclosure, it will take you to a video that will try to book, rather get you to book a call with me. If you're interested, check it out. But if not, thanks for watching.